to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this, my friends, is the Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine program. And as you can see, the Thunder Show is prettied up a little bit today with my guest. Really great story. Why don't you tell the Vayner Nation who you are and why you're here?
All right. Well, thanks for having me on.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. My name is Kristen Murphy, and I am a master's student with the Professional French Master's Program at the University of Wisconsin at Madison. So can we
give a shout out
can
to
we
the Badgers?
can we link it up?
Yes, Mott. Can we please link that up? You have a specific link in mind for the school? You
sure
got
do.
that?
For the
We can do that only for one reason.
Oh.
Because that is where Al Toon went to school. And I'm a huge Al Toon fan, so we will
Thank you.
let you do that.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Wonderful.
And Wisconsin, they sent us an interesting little quarterback that's doing
Yeah,
some
just a little guy.
interesting little things that's
4,
affecting my beard. Mott, I'm starting to look like you. You know, if the Jets don't lose and we do a Jets-Giants Super Bowl, we're going to have like a beard war.
We're not going to be in the same room.
Oh, no, it's going to be difficult.
I'll have to film you through the window.
Plastic glasses.
It'll be warm. But go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm in my second year of this program, and so during the second year, it's not your traditional French program. What you do, it's very dynamic, and so you go abroad and you study, you do an internship abroad related to what you're studying. I'm studying wine, French wine and globalization, and now they compete on a global market, and so I got a fabulous opportunity, and I got to work in Fronsac, which is an appellation in Bordeaux, and I got to work directly with a winemaker for 3 months, right before the harvest, during the harvest, and after. So that's my story.
So you emailed me. You've been watching the Thunder Show for how long?
About a year and a half-ish now, yeah.
And you emailed and...
Yeah, and I said, hey, this is what's going on. I met you up in Boston when you came for the book signing, so that was great. And I kind of explained what was going on because it was before I left, and so we talked and said, yeah, bring a bottle and come back. So.
Yeah. She basically put me at knife point and said, you're going to put me on the show when I get back.
Yeah,
so, that's right. You broke
I broke a glass.
Kim, I was worried. I thought you were a crazy Patriot fan.
Yeah, you know.
But you weren't.
No. Only my dad, my family.
All right. So we've got 2 wines here. I think what was really fun is that we have a lot of different guests, and I think that Kristen's really passionate and, focused, and I think, came in with 2 bottles, and we were kind of talking just now. We had 1 glass, and I was like, wait a minute. This is a great opportunity. I've been wanting to do more shows where we taste the same wine from a different vintage.
Do a vertical.
So we've got a real great opportunity, and a really great opportunity for all you Bordeaux fans, because here's where we get into some neatness. We've got a 2002 and a 2000 vintage. This is the 02.
Chateau Coraz.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that 2002 is viewed upon as a very soft vintage. But here. But in there too.
Yeah,
I mean, it is not a vintage that they're going to tell their great-grandkids about.
Buy this. Yeah, no.
2000,
on the other hand,
is a vintage that is really heralded here, really right up there with 2005 as definitely the best in the new millennial, probably in the ballpark of the 7 or 8 vintages that are going to come out of somebody's mouth, 82, 61, 45. Big time vintage.
Yes.
A little bit more here in the States than it is in Europe, here because they were very big and bold, very American style.
Right.
But 2 very different vintages within a very short period of time that have been viewed upon by the Bordeaux critics and by the serious Bordeaux wine drinkers of the world as pretty much opposites on the scale. 2002, widely considered by most people who drink Bordeaux one of the worst vintages in the last, probably since 92. I mean, really way up there as a poor vintage. And 2000...
So not as bad as 2008.
Well, yes, I know. We haven't started talking about that yet. And 2000, on the other hand, right up there with 2005, probably ahead of 96 and 95 as an overall vintage. I mean, 90s, probably, you're talking about one of the best. So one of the worst in the last 20 years, one of the best in the last 20 years. However, and I think you've experienced this probably as well, I've had many occasions where I've had these kind of scenarios in vertical tastings where vintages that were not considered as great have done well, sometimes eclipsed. I remember vividly a very serious 97, 98 Napa Valley blind tasting I went to. Again, similar scenario, 97 right up there with 94, 91, 98 pooper scooper, like one of the worst vintages from Napa. Everybody said Spectator crapped all over it, for lack of a better word. And with the 17 serious professionals there was 13 of 20 wines that the 98 vintage outscored the 97. Now, a moment in time. Softer vintages tend to drink better younger. So there's a lot that can go into it, but we're going to break this down. You're going to give the Vayner Nation a great... Ray is needed. You're going to give the Vayner Nation a good backstory about these guys, what they're about, and tell us a little bit about it.
Sure
Born in
thing.
2000 and left,
So,
just so you know.
all right, thank you. So the issue with this is that this is exported. This is owned by a Danish company, and so all of this wine gets exported to Denmark. So you can't find it in France except for in my my internship supervisor's wine cave, and so it makes it a little difficult to find.
You
but
don't
it's
need to see me. Go ahead.
okay. So, but it's a good experience because this is different. This is a different type of right bank Bordeaux because it's on limestone clay soil. But oh, I forgot. I need to get you the rocks.
You have rocks?
I have rocks. I got rocks.
There's no rules here. Whoa,
Yeah.
except you almost broke the show.
But I brought rocks because I was working in the vineyard.
Very nice.
And
So you're trying to one-up Jeffrey Davies.
Well, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I'm impressed with that.
I watched that show.
I know you did.
I
so,
did, yeah.
So you're trying to are you
some-
challenging Jeffrey Davies right now?
I don't know if I want to do that.
I definitely
I'm
don't.
just trying to get into the wine world right now.
You know what?
So
Let's link up Jeffrey Davies' episode.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good classic for a lot of new Vaniacs that haven't seen it. Ma,
I even left some mud on there, so
Very
if you
nice.
really wanted to
I
taste
just
it.
got a new cloth and it was clean. It was orange and now
France had to dirty it up.
I love the rocks.
Yeah, aren't they good?
And you remember, like, what was great about this is now
Yeah.
I have a He-Man toy here.
So you
And
can-
so much great
Slam
stuff.
down.
80s, mid-80s. All right.
So yeah, so the difference is, okay, so limestone soil, but as most right bank Bordeaux's are, they're mostly Merlot. But this is different. This is 70% Cabernet Sauvignon.
Consistently?
Yes.
I mean, and if they feel they had a better Merlot vintage, they wouldn't blend it? Is it because of the vineyard?
It's small.
Yeah.
Yep, 3 hectares. And 70% Cabernet Sauvignon, 20% Merlot, and 10% Cab Franc. So,
Okay,
it's
70,
different.
20, 10. Yes, for Fronsac. I mean,
is
when
nothing
you
like
said
it.
it before when I was walking, I was like, really?
what?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
it's
that's-
almost every producer in the Fronsac is going to be a Merlot-based producer. So
Exactly.
this is a little bit of an anomaly.
But they like Malbec, there's a lot of places that use
Now,
that.
this is a Danish company that owns a big conglomerate, big company?
Not
so
huge,
much,
but
has
large
some
enough.
bucks.
Oh,
large
yes.
enough to buy a vineyard in France.
Definitely.
Do you know this question? Did they buy this vineyard in theory to export it mainly to, it was a business move, right?
It
buy
was
this
bought
little
in
plot.
99.
Was it the
1999.
same name? Did they change the name? Do you know?
I think it was the same, but I'm not sure.
Understood.
Not sure.
And it was real. And is it sold in like big supermarket chains?
And again, I don't know. I think right
Okay,
now
no
it's
worries.
kind of in warehouse,
Yep.
and so they're waiting to bottle some more and bring it back up. So,
But it's
yeah.
been actively selling in the Danish market.
I believe so, but I've never been to Denmark, so I can't
You're not
really.
positive.
Yeah,
Do you know what the suggested retail or what this
because
kind of wine sells?
it's in the kroner. They use the Danish.
Mm-hmm.
But Benoit, my internship supervisor, told me it was about €8 around.
Okay, so
€8.
not a very expensive wine
Not
by any
huge, yeah.
stretch of the imagination. All right,
Yeah.
cool. So what do we have on the left? We have the 2000.
Yeah, don't forget.
I can tell just by the color.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
All right, so let's get into this now, Mott. I think this is kind of interesting. You could zoom in here. On the left, I have the 2000, and on the right, I have the 2002. And actually, you know what, Mott? It really comes through here. Let's see if we can.
On the side.
Yeah, you can really see it
Yeah.
more on the sides. You can see just.
Oh,
bit
definitely, yeah.
That it's a lighter style. Can you get it across in the camera, Mott? Kind of, sort of.
Background.
You know what? Hold on. Let's get real serious. I'm getting a white piece of paper.
Oh,
You keep
okay.
them, you
Yeah.
give them some more fun facts about the winery.
Fun facts about the winery. Well, it's 3 hectares. There's 5 different parcels around the area. It's all in the village of Saillant. Very tiny. But in this, there's a million different vineyards in this town. It's nothing but. Can you see the color?
I don't know. I'm playing around with it a
Yeah.
little bit. I mean, there's like a really distinct
Yeah,
difference.
no, the 2002, you can definitely tell, like, there's a lighter...
Yeah, no question. I mean, even just now, I mixed up my hands and I could go right back to
Yeah.
it. I could tell. And there's a little bit more brownish thing going on. Do you see that, Mom? I see a much
Well, it's
bigger
the
brown.
age, too.
Well, you know what? Pick up the camera. I have an idea here.
Make them work.
Let's just go on top. Yeah, this is where I really see the angle. So you could really... Yeah, you could... This is it. Bingo. We got it. Awesome.
Sweet.
Okay.
Action-packed episode.
Yeah, we're moving
All right.
around. We're throwing
Yeah.
rocks. We got He-Man. We got a guest.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
let's be honest. It's time to step up on the Thunder Show, and I think we are. I think we're doing
Well,
it.
thanks.
All right,
Can I just say I'm humbled to come on after all these wine VIPs? when I saw them coming on, I'm like, no way, I'm going on after them. So
I know. There's been some pretty big time guests. But you know what? I mean, you're much more VIP than I am, so you're in good shape.
No,
Mott's the biggest VIP, really.
Oh, yeah, true.
When him and I go outside,
it's just
people
Mott.
just run right by me and start ripping his clothes off.
Is that true?
Autographs. It's true. Yeah. Mott. When
Come
we
on.
do events, because I'm much more accessible. I answer my email. I'm very, I'm out there hugging the babies. Mott, he's tight.
It's definitely more like
a little more private. And so when they see the Mott, I'm like a beautiful bird, but you see it all the time. Mott's like a kangaroo. You don't see them that often. And then when you see one, you're like, oh crap! Okay. Yeah, exactly. All right. So. Did I just compare you? All right, let's get into this.
Yes.
I think we should try the 02 first.
Yeah.
Because it's a little lighter, and let's see what's going on here. Actually, I'm just going to smell it by the 2000s, how I like to do it.
Yeah.
Wow. Pretty neat wines right off the bat. I thought the 02, this is why I just did what I was doing. I was about to start with a vegetal component with the 02 until I tasted 2000, which makes this seem like fruit candy vegetal-wise.
Yeah, that's what he said, is that the 2000 was more fruity, whereas the 2000 was something that you could, 2002 was more fruity, the 2000 something that you could keep in your cave for a while and age.
So, yeah, I mean, again, the 2002 on the nose, on the bouquet, what are you picking up?
Yeah, it's definitely got that vegetal attack, but in all of his wines, I smell a sort of, like, minerality, like, because it's the rocks. It's you get that
smelling the terroir.
Taste. Yeah, that's right.
The land.
That's right.
Now, what I'm getting across on this is a little bit of, like, a kirsch kind of component subtly. There's a little more fruit coming through. Off the initial smell, I actually had a little bit more vegetables. Believe it or not, with just a couple of whirls, that blows off, and that happens commonly. I definitely get some greenness, but it's kind of light. Now it's almost becoming a little minty to me on the nose.
I get more leather, like a bit of leather, like saddle leather.
Yeah, almost. I think you're right. I get that as well. I get a little baseball mitt, a little left field, and it was like your grandfather's mitt because your parents didn't want to buy you a new mitt, or maybe you bought it at a garage sale. It's like really, I mean, you could really
close it. You don't need to oil it.
No. And I also get some black cherries coming through, which I think are quite neat. There's also a very significant smell of, like, basement. Like just like if you antiqued like I did for a while with AJ, and we made straight cash on eBay. That's where you see some of this. Anyway, it smells like just an attic, or no, more of a basement because there's a dampness to this nose. Let's give it a whirl.
Yeah. Definitely more acidic on the end.
Yeah, there's good amounts of tannins. It's very old world.
Very. Yeah.
Which is great. I love that. I get a oregano, basil-y kind of green kind of thing going on there, which I like.
It's got that herbaceousness.
No question. Yeah, it's definitely very herbaceous. I also get a very nice medium-bodied wine. I wouldn't call this very heavy. Even though it's 70% Cabernet, it does, I mean, if I was tasting this blind, I would almost go towards more of a Merlot style. One, if I knew it was a Fronsac, I would guess that. But two, it's a medium-bodied play to me.
Right.
But it drinks well. It's very serviceable.
Yes.
I think, it's a neat little wine. To me, it's definitely somebody who's looking for old world flavors. The Cab Franc is very pronounced in this wine. For only 10%, it's either very good quality Cab Franc, or the rest of the 90% is not quite as good, because the Cab Franc really shows its face here for me on the herbaceous green kind of style. It almost has Loire meets Bordeaux-like characteristics to it. I think it's fairly well made, which I like about it. The finish is a little short.
Yeah, that's, but it's 2002, so what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, it finishes a little short. It's definitely a medium to just a medium body play. I like it because this is the style of wine I like, but if I was evaluating it, I think it's a kind of average effort. It doesn't really blow me away. The far majority of you that are watching this show, I think, are not going to like this wine. To me, if I'm scoring it on the show, to me this comes across as an 81, 82 point wine. I mean, it finishes really short. I can get away with drinking this wine because, again, I really like dirt and I really like veggies. But even for that, there's a lot of $15 to $20 Cabernet Franc wines that do a lot more for me. That's why the palate is the mid palate's kind of hollow, and the finish is very short.
Yes.
And doesn't leave you with a whole lot, other than if you're an old world drinker, you're just going to find this solid. If you're a new world drinker, you're going to find this bad.
No. But if you're
Do you
if
like
you're drinking,
this? I mean, you know.
no, it's not my particular favorite. But I can see where there. Yeah, if you're drinking Simi or if you're drinking any sort of Zins, don't touch it.
Yeah, I mean,
Is
you
it
know,
just-
I mean, I think it's definitely, for me, this is where, let me break down what I think about this wine in comparison to why California wines and Australian wines get beat on. Sometimes you hear people kind of like, even when Jancis was here, you're taking little ribs. A lot of California wine in this price range, which will really come into about a $12 or, you know, $11 retail, or I don't know if the euros was wholesale or not. Let's just call it $10 to $20. With a far majority of French wine, and I think Italian wines are starting to lose this, and Spanish wine doesn't have it, where I think the French wine, and we're totally generalizing, and of course that's baloney, you know that, but where a lot of wines from the old world, they really have a sense of different flavoring.
Yes.
They sense of place. It has a different
Yes.
style. There are so many wines in the New World, and I throw Spain into that. From 10 to 20,
Well, they're starting.
that just start tasting the same. You know, if we did a blind tasting of California Cabs 10 to 20, the far majority are just tasting the same. And I think even when you have a clunker, which I really think this is, at least you get the experience.
Yes.
There's something different. And, you know, that's how I kind of see it.
Yeah, it's too bad. That was 2002.
But that's generalizing. There's
Yeah.
so many California wines that do have their own charisma at that price point, but the far by percentage majority don't. But, all right, let's see what the 2000 does.
Yeah.
Much darker right off the top. Much more pronounced bell pepper component. I mean,
Yes.
this is loaded with green peppers. I mean, just go to Whole Foods right now, snap one in half, and smell it. That's what's going on. But don't get caught. They have cameras, you might get in
just
trouble.
Careful.
Yeah. A lot of bell peppers. Now, you said earlier that, you know, when we were talking, I don't think on air, you did a vertical from
2003 to 2008.
And what did you see? Did you see a wide variety of things going on there? Not really. You saw a similar style.
It was a similar style, but everything was, it had that backbone of the calcium minerally taste. Everything that I had. But I mean, even the 2003, I mean, that's just like...
A hot vintage. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
Right? People were dying, no air conditioning.
Yeah.
So
And,
was there a lot more fruit on that?
You know, the surprising thing was, yes, there was fruit, but the way it was
How about the
tasting...
alcohol?
Yeah, the way it was tasting was like a wine that was a couple years older. It's been aging incredibly fast because it was so hot.
Sure.
But then the 2004, which was a classic Bordeaux vintage,
Right.
It was tighter, but it was very good. I mean, it was just solid.
Let's talk about this. I think while we've got you here, this is a nice little segue. You grew up where?
Massachusetts, St. Louis, and Rhode Island, so a bit of everywhere.
Solid. Now, how was that experience to go to France and live in that environment? What do you feel from a 3-month stint, right? What do you think the biggest top 3 takeaways? I think there's a lot of people who watch here. We have a lot of people in an age group that might go do that kind of internship, or people that are, you know, we do contests and people want to go. I mean, what's the big takeaway for you? Maybe 3 points of what you learned, even though you read, you watch Wine Library TV for a year, you're into this, you're focused, but you don't know it until you taste it. What are 2 or 3 things that you really come home now with saying, or wow, that's the part that I'm going to leave with?
Yeah, well, I was doing my research on French wine, and I kind of had this idealistic notion that most chateaux or anything were owned by, you know, the little winemaker, but no, and that got shattered.
Whereas the romance of Europe, right?
Yes,
you know, it's much more marketing and business and
I mean,
Americana than people think.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's an insurance company that owns about, like, 10 different vineyards in Bordeaux. There's, Louis Vuitton owns a couple.
Big ones.
And so, I mean, that was quite a shock for me, because I just, you know, kind of thought, oh, yes, well.
The romance.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so shot to earth that it's business as usual.
Yes.
Okay, what else?
How hard it was. And kind of that feeling of defeat after, it was weird. It was defeat, but also elation, because right after the harvest, all of the grapes were gone. And all of that work that I had done in the vineyards and everything was gone. And it felt like it was done for nothing. But it was. I mean, obviously, if you raise good fruit, then you make good wine. But it was just kind of,
when you
never
looked up there and you
expected
didn't
that.
see it,
Yeah,
you felt empty.
I felt
there was
empty.
an empty nest kind of syndrome?
Yeah.
But how about when you saw it in the bottle?
It was exciting.
A
So,
rebirth.
I mean, it was kind of, I had
It's an emotional roller coaster.
It is. It's insane.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
So you looked at the vineyard one day and you were just like, huh.
Yeah, no, looking across, and I'd done all this work. I'd taken the leaves away, the feuillage, from the grapes so that they could mature evenly and faster. And just seeing that all that I had done, I'd slaved away, and in the hot sun, and it was done. And so it was just odd, but
very cool. So those are things that really stand out.
yeah,
Cool. All right, let's get into 2000. Yes. Bell peppers, very green, very, very green. Almost very vegetal.
Like a pencil lead or something. Like some sort of like...
Graphite.
Yeah,
kind of,
graphite, yeah.
I get that quite a bit. I also get a little... Actually, I get a lot of that.
Yeah.
I get a lot of pencil wars, kind of action, little... And ironically, it's a good way to put it as pencil wars because I do get a little shattered stick. So it's like a little stick, a little asphalt, graphite-y kind of. Lots of pepper.
Yeah, no, just...
Loaded.
All day long.
Let's give it a whirl.
Definitely less fruity than the last one.
Yeah, no question. But there's more complexity on the mid palate. I get a black pepper, like I almost get like a beef jerky with like heavy black pepper. Like I get a little black pepper thing going on.
Yeah, it's got that gamey.
It is gamey. It's a little venison action. It's nice. It's got black fruit. But again, what I'm disappointed with is two things. One, very hollow mid palate, like no transition flavoring, and a short finish. That's kind of what's riding for me on this. I like this wine more.
Yes.
But it's still not crushing me.
Nah.
It's
too bad we couldn't bring the 2005.
Is that the one you really
I like that one.
Are these some of the earlier vintages where they were really getting their feet wet?
Right, yeah,
and so
exactly.
Even though 2000 was a great year, they didn't have everything.
It was hard. Yeah.
They were just starting to get there.
They were trying to renovate the cellar as well, so it was just kind of a bunch of different things going together. So.
Do you feel like 05 is really a turning point for the winery?
I think so. Yeah.
Do you feel like
I think so.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add to this wine?
Great.
You can definitely feel the length on the palate. There's definitely more viscosity on the mouth, which I like. And I love the greenness. I mean, I'm always gravitating towards green, But...
the other thing, too, is this has only been open for an hour in the bottle.
Yep, that's a good point.
And we're not eating it with food.
Yep, no question. I mean, listen, this is why scoring wine and how people look at wine is so ridiculous. It's really the moment, right? I mean, look, you hang out with me after the Jets beating the Titans, I'm a much more happy boy and just fun and everything's exciting. So there's a lot of different scenarios. It's moments in time, and that's why it's so really silly to put scores by them, but I do, so I'm a hypocrite. But
it helps people.
I think every time I tried to quit on the show, I get bombarded with emails, so I don't want to even deal with it. To me, this is an 86 to 88 point wine. I like it. Let's go 87 points on this. Solid effort. And if it isn't at 8 to 10 euro range, I mean, it's a pretty darn good value Bordeaux. It's a little bit more drinkable. And that's a lot of fun watching it evolve. And I agree with you. I think, another hour or so would be interesting. But I don't think in an hour or two of breathing, to be honest with you, that it's going to gain length on its finish.
Yeah, I mean,
I just don't think
that's
so.
The line, but.
And that to me is really, the hollow mid-palate can come together. Plus, that's kind of a tricky thing to spot. The lack of length on finish, to me, is so imperative. People want that. They look for it. But it's a pretty solid wine. I don't mind it. Not available in the U.S. at all, huh?
No, not at all, which is unfortunate for me. But
how emotionally attached have you gotten to this brand?
Oh, very much. Well, I mean, it was the family. I was living with the family, so I mean, I met everyone. I was part of them. Every weekend.
Did they make you throw out the trash and stuff?
Oh yeah, I did that a couple times.
Nice.
Played with their kid, and so I mean, for me, it's there.
It's there. That's the whole beauty. The corporate side and all that is probably but the people that are
his
involved.
boss is very, very nice.
I'm sure,
I got to meet him.
Yeah. She had to put that in, she didn't want to get in trouble.
No. They're really, really great people.
Okay, well, you know the drill.
I know the drill, yeah.
Fire away. Question of the day.
So, I saw this and I thought that was kind of amusing because I kind of planned ahead because I know. So my question of the day is, if for one day you could do your dream job, what would it be?
We're on the same page. When I was writing that down. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you. I did.
Awesome.
It was lovely.
You, with a little bit of me, we're changing the wine